Boom! What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Armament Factory with yours truly, a Big Looch. You don't know. What's happening, family? What's going on, community? What's happening, people? Everyone good? I'm back. Sorry, I was at work today, so I was running late. I'm trying to set up everything. Sorry for everyone. So I'm done now. I'm ready to go. Big game on tonight. Bournemouth, the Cherries, are welcoming the top of the league, Arsenal. That's right. To play them today and hopefully get another 3 points so we can go 7 points ahead of Man City before they play tomorrow. Right, first thing we want to do, obviously, we're going to do two things. We're going to go and see what the results are of the other games today. Then we go to the lineups quickly. And then pretty much we'll be ready for the game because the game will be on in about 11 minutes, guys. But I can see we already have a couple of tablets in the house. We got Mr. Ali as well. Come on, you Gunners. Let's go. And then Tablet. What's happening, Tablet? It says, yo, what's up? What's happening, Tablet? It's good to see you. I missed you at the Tottenham Hotspur game, but guess what? It's good you didn't turn up because that was probably the most boring game I have seen in maybe the last 5 years or so. That was horrendous. I was literally sitting there like that, not able to say anything because I had nothing to say because nothing was happening. Nothing, right? And they were literally playing along the back line constantly. There was no passing going forward. They were too scared to go forward. So it's good that you didn't come and join me in that game. Well, actually, you should have, because then would have had some entertainment. And I would have had somebody to talk to rather than sit there, look at this game thinking, oh my God, what did I do to myself? You know, what a waste of time. Anyway, let's get down to business. We got 10 minutes. So first thing I want to do is I want to have a look at today's games. So let's go and have a look, guys. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Wolves beat West Ham. But that was during the first half. I saw them be like 2-0 up. Or at one point, I don't know when it was, to be honest. But I saw them 2-0 up. I don't know what happened afterwards. Pardon me. So let's have a quick look. Sorry. Oh, so it looks like Wolves finally have got their first 3 points of the season. They welcomed West Ham at the Molineux, and John Arias scored on 4 minutes, Wang Hee Chang on 31 minutes, which was a penalty, and Mateus Amane on 41 minutes. They had 11 shots, 9 on target. West Ham, 5 shots, nothing on target. West Ham had the majority of possession. They made the majority of the passes. So 69% possession, 574 passes, 89% pass accuracies, and 8 fouls, rather than the 31% of possession for Wolves, 296 in passes and 76 in pass accuracy. So Wolves, although it looks like they weren't the best team, kind of were, because they had 9 shots on target to West Ham 0. So what did West Ham do with all that possession and all those passes? Only God knows, because they didn't look like they did anything in the game. So anyway, so West Ham lost 3-0 away from home. So Wolves beat West Ham 3-0. Then what else did we have today? Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest today. Finished Aston Villa 3, Nottingham Forest 1. But you would have expected that, as Aston Villa are very, very good at home. They've got a great, formidable home record. I mean, Villa Park has really turned into a fortress now as well. So they've been doing good. Then Brighton, another South Coast team, beat Burnley 2-0, which is also kind of expected because, you know, Brighton at home do very well, and Burnley away from home don't have the greatest record. It looks like they'll probably be the next to go down. Let's have a look. And that's pretty much it. I think it was only 3 games today, wasn't it? On my bargain. 3-1, 2-0, 3-0. Yeah, that's the 3 games plus the game we're going to do now, Bournemouth Arsenal. So 4 games today, 6 for tomorrow. And that's what's happening. So yeah, Aston Villa 3, Nottingham Forest 1, Brighton 2, Burnley 0, Wolves 3, West Ham 0. So plenty of goals today. Much better than when was it? Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. I think it was a Thursday. Yeah, I think it was Thursday. I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. What a boring day of football that was. 3-0-0, so 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, and then a 1-1. Luckily, Man City drew with Sunderland. Guys, by the way, Sunderland, hats off to them. Before we do the lineup quick, because we don't have much time left, but Sunderland are, and Reggie Lebris, to be honest, everybody keeps on saying Sunderland, 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 but you have to give credit to the manager. Reggie Lebris, how, by the way, Semenyo's playing tonight. If Man City did purchase him or are purchasing him, they are so vile for allowing him to play against Arsenal. Because imagine he gets injured in this match, and then it ruins their transfer. You know, it's so silly. Just because they want to make sure that Bournemouth has the best team to play against Arsenal, they've allowed Bournemouth to play Semenyo today, and I'm pretty sure I saw him say his goodbyes to his teammates at the end of the last game. So I'm really not sure why he's been picked for this game. But anyway, that's their choice. Let me get back to what I was talking about. So Sunderland, Reggie Lebris, unbelievable what he's doing at Sunderland up north, because I keep on reiterating and saying and repeating myself, they got or changed 16 players this season, right? They got in 16 players or something ridiculous like that. They got a brand new manager, a manager who literally the season before got relegated with his team in France. And imagine he got a job with a team that got promoted into the Premier League. Not only has he got them playing pretty decent football and turned the Stadium of Light into an absolute fortress, you know, they now have 7 players, their first team players, gone to AFCON, and still they're able to hold Man City at 0-0 at the Stadium of Light. Odegaard's got a little girl with him in the front, and he's talking to her. It seems like she might be a little bit nervous or scared or whatever. He's just trying to talk her and help her out. I don't know what's happening there. Anyway, so right now let's do the lineup quickly. But yeah, Sunderland guys, absolutely fantastic. They done us a favor. Chelsea couldn't do us a favor, but Sunderland did. So they deserved their point against us. They deserved their point against Man City. Right, let's look a little bit about the lineups quickly, because the play is about to come out. So it looks like Bournemouth are playing the 4-2-3-1 formation, which is a very popular formation here in the Premier League this year. They are playing Jimenez, Hill, Senesi, and Trafford at the back. Tavernier and Scott in front of them as the pivot roles. Then you got Brooks, Kluivert, Semenyo as the attacking midfielders, and Evan Nielsen up front. For Arsenal, again, 4-3-3 as usual. This time the back four looks like this: Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Capier. That is a strong back four, I must say. Very strong. In front of them as the midfield will be Odegaard, Zubimendi, and Rice. Now, here comes the changes. Up front, Arsenal, or Mikel Arteta, has chosen to go with Madueke today on the right-hand side, Martinelli on the left-hand side, and Gyökeres up front. The shock is not that those two are playing. The shock is that Declan Rice is playing, because I'm pretty sure he had a knock on his knee, and his knee was swollen or something like that. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But evidently, he is fit enough to play, which is fantastic for Arsenal. The team is coming out. So yeah, Rice is back playing, which is annoying because I literally just took him out of my FPL. So annoying because I actually expected him to be injured. Anyway, hopefully he has a good game. Hopefully he doesn't pick up a knock or anything like that. And Rice, Zubimendi, and Odegaard are able to do a job on Semenyo. We have had a bit of bad luck against Bournemouth of recent years. I know, I think it was 2 seasons ago when Reece Nelson, or I think it was Reece Nelson, that scored that last minute winner at home against Bournemouth 3-2, and everyone was like, oh, that's, you know, signs of champions coming back, blah, blah, blah. But I'm pretty sure we've been to Bournemouth away and lost at their ground. So I mean, yeah, it's been a bit of a mixed bag against a Bournemouth, especially recently, more so at the Vitality Stadium than at home. So one more time, I'm going to run through the lineups quickly. So for Bournemouth, Petrovic in goal, Jimenez, Hill, Senesi, and Trafford at the back. Tavernier and Scott in front of them as the pivot roles. Brooks, Kluivert, Semenyo in midfield, and Evan Nilsson up front. Arsenal 4-3-3. Hincapié, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber at the back. Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard. And then in front of them, it's Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Madueke. And obviously David Raya in goal. You know, the reason why I forget to say David Raya, because he's always in goal anyway. Unless I see a different name, then there's no point saying even the goalkeeper, because it's going to be David Raya. I don't even know how I look, guys. Sorry. I probably look terrible. I came straight from work. And I had to set up quickly. Right, everyone, just to let you know, this is a super important game for Arsenal today. Actually, not as important as the Aston Villa game. However, we are 4 points ahead of Man City, who are second. We're 6 points ahead of Aston Villa, who are third. Now, that means if we beat Bournemouth, we go 7 points clear of Man City until tomorrow, because they are going to play tomorrow. So when they play tomorrow, hey, Tablet, guess who's back? Back again. Tablets back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Bro, please put on your lucky hoodie. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's in the wash. Nah, City's third, yeah, but only because Aston Villa won today. But if they win tomorrow, then they'll go back to second. That's why I'm saying if we win our 3 points, then it doesn't really matter even if they go back second, because we'll still be 4 points ahead of them. But what I want to happen is that we get our 3 points today, and then tomorrow City are playing Chelsea. Although Chelsea, no Caicedo, their manager's been sacked. They're going through, a tumultuous or ridiculous time, or I call it a redonkulous time. Right, sorry, the game is about to start. What am I doing? Let me just get ready for the game. It's about to kick off. Come on, referee. And that's it. Lift off, guys. Let's see how they start. Kluivert now playing it forward. Here comes Semenyo in the first minute. Oh, lord. Was that Hincapié that had to step in there? A corner for Bournemouth already. Lord have mercy. It looks like I might need to go draw for my lucky hoodie, mate. Because this is ridiculous. Right, Semenyo already trying to create a chance in the first minute. You know, Man City probably called him up and told him, listen, we need you to make Arsenal drop points, because you know he's signing for Man City this window. Here comes Bournemouth with the corner. Gyökeres had to header it out. Listen, man, Gyökeres, you better do something in this game, you know. So I'm starting to just actually dread you every time I see your name on the pitch. Every time I see your name, I'm like, why is Jesus not playing? Jesus deserves to play way more than Gyökeres. Madueke heads it back. Here come Bournemouth again, trying to play it forward to Evan Nilsson, who couldn't control it. And Gabriel clears it. Right. Tablet said, who's their next game? It's Chelsea, like I said, tomorrow. To be honest, Bournemouth is harder than Chelsea. Yes and no. The thing is with Chelsea, they're a very awkward side. But what I'm saying is, Chelsea have so many problems right now. You cannot even expect them to do anything against Man City. You can't expect it. The thing is, football is very strange. Very strange. Like, there'll be times when you expect the team to just get hammered by the opposition, and they end up beating them. It's very strange, but it does happen. I mean, no one expected Sunderland to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. It did happen. Here comes Semenyo. Crosses it into the box. And Gabriel has to head it away again. And it's was it a free kick or corner? Looks like it's a corner. Gabriel's not happy about something. Looks like Bournemouth has got another corner. Looks like they want to become the new set piece FC. But yeah, Tablet. So Chelsea are going through a tumultuous time. They just sacked their manager on the 1st of... Bloody hell. On the 1st of January. Here comes the second corner. Kluivert on the second corner. Justin Kluivert. Is it Justin? Kluivert. I was a big fan of his dad, by the way, when I was younger. Patrick Kluivert was one of my favorite players, but his son has not lived up to the same hype as him. Here come Arsenal. Martinelli on the right-hand side running. Gyökeres in the middle. Martinelli plays it to Gyökeres, but the ball goes too deep, and Hikapié now goes to get it on the other side. Hikapié on the left-hand side now. Declan Rice. Odegaard plays it back to Declan Rice. Super Martin Zubamendi. Urian Timber is all alone by himself. Nobody around him, and nobody's playing the ball to him. Why is he not calling for it? Saliba, look at Urian Timber. Too late now. 2 players are gone to him. Gabriel. We ain't conceding, lads. We got the best defenders in the Prem, says Tablet. Chelsea is going through what we went through in lockdown. Yes, kind of, but they did it to themselves. I think when what we went through in lockdown was also a transition. I don't think Chelsea are in a transitional state. We were in a transitional state. We were changing from what we was into a whole brand new culture after the lockdown. A brand new Arsenal culture that came in, right? With Chelsea are just basically a bazaar. That's what they are, if you know what a bazaar is. They're basically a shop window. What they do is they buy players, put them on ridiculous contracts like 8 years, and then what they do is if they can't get them to play well for them and win anything, as soon as they do a little bit well or have a good season, boom, out the door. They make profit on them. Same thing they did with Madueke, same thing they did with so many other players. Just out the door, quickly make profit on them. And they're just running it as a strict bazaar business. It's just because, don't forget, Blueco, who own Chelsea and own other clubs in Europe, like Strasbourg, for example, Blueco, they're an investment company. And what is the number one thing for? Here comes Madueke on the right-hand side, comes in the box. Urian Timber tried to play it back to Madueke, but Bournemouth clear it. Blueco is an investment company. So Blueco, their number one aim, what to do is to make money. Their aim is not, okay, I want to lift the trophy. That's the footballing side. They're an investment company. So Blueco is going to care more about, oh, Martinelli got brought down. No. Ref says no. What? Here comes Zubamendi. Anyway, so they're not going to care as much about silverware. Odegaard with his shot. Than they do about profits and making money. Obviously, silverware does bring money, generate money, but they're not in a state where they can compete for anything major other than like pre-season competition like the Club World Cup or the Conference League or whatever, right? Sensoon says, come on, you Gunners. Tablet says the previous owner was effing passionate and was not afraid to spend. The Russian one. Yes, Roman Abramovich, but again, see, that's why Chelsea's titles that they've won since 2005 onwards, a lot of them have an asterisk next to them because there was no financial fair play at the time. So when you had someone like Roman Abramovich, who's a multi-billionaire, he came in and injected Chelsea with steroids. His money was like steroids. So Chelsea went from a skinny little kid to all of a sudden a monster. Why? Because they were injected with the steroids of money. So, not only were they able to buy any player, they were doing dirty dealings under the table, getting close to players' agents and giving agents money under the table to make sure that they secure the signing of said player. And so much funny business was going on with Roman Abramovich and Chelsea that, to me, Chelsea, Man City, those are not real title winners like the Man Uniteds, the Arsenals of previous years, because those teams had to be built. They had, several ingredients, some youth, some experience, something random, some flair, and something had to be stuck together. Here comes Zubamendi. Plays it to Gyökeres in the middle in the box. Gyökeres, do something. See, not one single defender can he get away from. Somebody please name me one defender Gyökeres did well against. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yes, Roman Abramovich, obviously, to the Chelsea fans, will always be the number one guy for them. He brought glory to Chelsea. He brought fame to Chelsea. He grew that club. He got them to have a bigger fan base. Do you know, Tablet, Chelsea was a mid-table team, not much different from Bournemouth, what Bournemouth is today. That used to be Chelsea before Roman Abramovich. Here comes Madueke, shoots with his left foot. Oh, unlucky Noni. Unlucky Noni. Madueke started on the right-hand side, came into the box, went inside and tried to shoot on his left foot. Unlucky. Look how far out he was. Tablet said, for me, Man United are the only rival I kind of respect. Throw Gyökeres in the wash and get your hoodie, lad. I'll see if in halftime things don't change. I might have to take it out of the wash, even if it's dirty, mate, and just put it on. But yeah, you got to respect Man United because of what they did from, I'd say, 86 till about 2013. So literally the whole Sir Alex Ferguson era, you got to respect Man United for what they did, because, you know, they built from the youth. They built an infrastructure very similar to what Mikel Arteta's doing right now. And guess what? It took for Alex Ferguson 4 or 5 years before he got his first trophy. And Mikel Arteta got it in his first year. So everyone's still going to go, oh boy, he hasn't got trophies yet. No, he has. He's won the FA Cup. And for Sir Alex Ferguson, it took him a while before he built everything and started winning trophies. So it's all about structure. It's all about consistency. It's all about being settled and what's the word I'm looking for? Not consistency. It's about anyway. My mind's gone blank. I don't remember what the word was, but yeah, it's that, you know, he built something up from the foundations. Basically, got rid of all that dead wood we had, the Aubameyangs and blah 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 that we had, the Lacazettes and this and that, all that dead wood that didn't even deserve to wear an Arsenal shirt at all. But that's all we could get at the time, right? Fraser Forster still playing football. That's crazy. He's got a 6-month deal at Bournemouth. That's crazy. Anyway, yes, so Zubimendi. So United, yeah, you have to respect what they did, definitely. Oh my God! Bournemouth just scored! Evan Nielsen! What was Raya doing? Oh my God, what just happened? I'm so confused. Why was Raya out of his goal? What just happened, Gabriel? What happened? Oh, I'm talking too much. I need to pay attention to this game. Guys, what is going on? Gabby, was it your mistake? What happened? So here we go. So Arsenal got the ball with Zubimendi. Zubimendi plays it back towards Ikapie, who plays it to Gabriel. Gabriel gave the ball straight away. Gabby, you know what? You're going to have to forgive him for it. What can you do? Is Gabriel Magliash? What can you say? I mean, that's his first mistake in 2 years, 3 years. Arsenal have given themselves a mountain to climb. Unfortunately, Gabriel Magliash gifted the ball to Ivan Nilsson, who was right in front of goal. He didn't realize, he didn't know where he was. Gave him the ball. Don't worry, Gabby. I know it's your fault, but, you know, you have credit in the bank, Gabby. Don't even worry about it. You got credit in the bank for the amount of work you've put in for Arsenal in the last 2 years and the amount of goals you've got. Yeah, you've got credit in the bank. So, Tablet says it's about trusting the process. 100%. That's a quote and definitely can live by. Trusting the process, especially with Mikel Arteta. Not so much with Enzo Maresca. Here comes Declan Rice with the throw. Hopefully he's going to do the long throw. It wasn't actually a David Raya mistake. It was a Gabriel mistake. Tablet says Gabriel mistakes is like a leap year, definitely. Or even a blue moon. They come every now and then. You don't hardly see them. Here come Arsenal with the throw. The thing is, now that... Oh, Semenyo nearly made a mistake. You know what? We gave ourselves a mountain to climb. Man City is laughing. They're rubbing their hands together right now. But guess what? We've come from behind. Even against Bournemouth, I feel like now Gabriel's going to get a bit angry. He's going to get determination. And he's going to be so ambitious to get a goal back for his team and to do his best now. Because that was a very rare mistake from Gabriel Magalhaes. But he's got credit in the bank. So we cannot fault him too much, even though he was the only one at fault. Ooh, Bournemouth just took a shot. Justin Kluivert luckily went too far wide and didn't hit the target. But again, dangerous. We're allowing Bournemouth players to take shots. See, that was curving, bending. That could have went anywhere. Woo! Let me have a sip of tea, mate. By the way, Areola... Adoni Iraola, the manager of Bournemouth, is a fantastic manager. He's just had a bit of a rough patch recently with Bournemouth. They slipped down the pecking order. They started off very strong. The opposite of Aston Villa. Aston Villa started slow, built up momentum, and went on a 10-11 game unbeaten run until they came to the Emirates and we slapped it on them. Bournemouth is the opposite. They started off very good. They were up there at the top, and then they started, taking draws, losses here and there, especially on the road, and they've fallen down the pecking order. But at home, at the Vitality Stadium, they're quite good, so you got to be careful. So Gyökeres, look, see, Gabby made a mistake. Gyökeres should take it upon himself now to rectify that for his teammate. He should take it upon himself to say, you know what? My teammate Gabriel does so much for me, helps me out so much. He gives us clean sheets, him and Saliba and Raya, and he scores goals. He's got more goals than me. Maybe I should do something now to help my team out. Because I'm not seeing nothing from this bro, and I'm really getting upset now. I'm really getting angry, and what makes me more angry is when I hear Arsenal fans talk about, no, but give him time. Maybe the other side of the season. Maybe next season. Like, how does that help me now? Where am I going to get goals from now if that's what we're missing? We're dropping points because we can't get goals. How's him scoring in 6 months going to help me now? Like, I don't get it. Here comes Gabby going forward. I don't some Arsenal fans, sometimes the BS that comes out of them is just so confusing, man. Right, Declan Rice, come on, brother. You and your delivery, come on. Declan's delivery system. Oh, on a sixpence. Madueke, the keeper punches it out. Madueke now running to the byline. Running to the byline. Running to the byline. Crosses it in. Shoot. Shoot! 1-1 is what I'm talking about. It's Gabby as well. What did I say? What did I say? Huh? What did I say? I said he's going to rectify it. He's going to stand up for his team. That's what you do. Gyökeres who? Gyökeres what? That's what I'm talking about. He makes a mistake, and what did I say? He gets angry, he gets furious. He's like, you know what? I'm going to step up and sort this problem out that I made. He's not going to rely